picture of you. Like a camera.
This is Noah. He's 6.5 years old. His world is defined by a few small rooms and many loving relationships. To venture outside his home gives him a great deal of anxiety, so anything that enters Noah's world must come to him. He's only just adjusted to potty training a little over a month ago, and he still wears a diaper at night. Noah has just taken a great interest in my necklaces, which he perceives to be snakes. Noah loves snakes.
Do you like them?
Come off though.
It doesn't come off though. You can look at it really gently, but it doesn't come off.
Noah is one of the 1 in 70 boys in America who falls on the spectrum. Noah has autism.
Did you find a snake on the wall, Noah? Yeah. Maybe found in the playroom too today. the whole molding is a big orange snake. Noah loves snakes.
Hi. That's it. You can sit with me.
When Noah was 3, his mother, Mira, enrolled him in a mainstream school. The experience did not go well. Although the special education teacher and speech therapist were happy to listen to Mira's input and even undertook further training at her behest, they were unable to incorporate any of the new techniques into their classroom style.
And engagement and joy and interactions did not seem like a priority. Like learning school skills, like how to sit and follow directions, was more of a priority. So we stopped doing school and we started doing sunrise program full time. And with that, you have a really low stimulation environment, and you're just in the playroom pretty much the whole day and working one-on-one with somebody. And it's all about motivating through joyful interactions with people and just wanting to join their world and help them to want to join our world by being really fun and engaging and inspire them to want to meet challenges. It's a developmental model, and that's been working really well for him.
2 years ago, Mira traveled to Massachusetts to train in the Sunrise program, created by Barry and Samaria Kaufman. Mira relies on a small army of volunteers, all of which she recruits and trains in the program herself. Lauren, for example, comes for 4 hours on Friday.
Rest, but he needs to go cough out first, right?
He doesn't need to. You can go up with him. He's just a little tricky. Just hold his hands.
Yes.
The volunteers adhere to a well-defined regimen, including schedule, ground rules, and goals. Mira holds volunteer meetings every 2 weeks to discuss progress, share issues, and set the new goals for the next fortnight. Mira held a fundraiser 2 years ago to generate the money to build the playroom. It is a remarkable testament to the power of community support. Mira has essentially created her own school for Noah.
So we have had a lot of support. I can't say we've had a lot of institutional support, but we've had a lot of support.
I see. The sun might be too bright for him. I don't know, honey. It's very sun sensitive. You know, they all, yeah, that ocular is not.
This is 8-year-old Maggie and her 2 younger brothers, Ben, who's 7, and Jake, who's 6. Both Ben and Jake have autism.
We were told that Jake may not ever speak, he may not ever be potty trained, and I just wasn't ready to accept that.
After a few years of searching and trying various approaches, Stephanie and her husband found Dr. Mary Meekson, a pediatrician who focuses on clearing blocked pathways to the brain.
Within 3 weeks on her program of gluten-free, casein-free, antiviral, antifungal, and then all the vitamin supplements, Jake was able to start using the potty. UVA, on the other hand, was ready to do very invasive exploratory type of intestinal surgery. And it has been a complete lifestyle change for my family and I. But here's the thing, it's probably been it has definitely been a change for the better for us.
The boys adhere to a strict dietary regimen, including weekly chelation treatments designed to extract the heavy metals from the body. The program has been a revelation in both of their lives.
90% of the folks out there have no idea now that Ben was on the spectrum.
What makes 10 hours? And I'm not going to try.
I know you're not going to go see it. Okay. Yeah, let's get Jinky
I
out.
just see up and just control.
Does Ben like dates?
I
What's that?
just
Dates? He remembers dates?
Oh, dates and like what the movies are rated.
Oh,
It's like wild. I mean, if I
And
were
Ben's
to go
like
up
the
to a
movie
movie,
man? Like,
we'll
when
just
it's
ask
the
him where
movie?
the movie's playing, when it's rated, where it is, and he, right, Maggie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, bam, he says it.
Remember Ben and Jay couldn't talk, huh?
One minute.
Do you remember that?
Yes. They're like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Ah.
1 minute for what, Ben? He is doing beautifully. I mean, are we still behind? Yeah. You know, I mean, we'll, but he's able to say one word, probably about, again, the developmentally about 2.5 in terms of language. We are just now with the beginning of like the B words that we can say. So he's coming along. He's in a self-contained, inclusive classroom up at Hollymead, and there's 5 or 6 other students there with him, and they're just doing fabulous.
See?
My mainstream pediatrician now wants me to talk to them. Oh my gosh, we can't believe how your boys have the 18 months they thought that Jake was depressed and wanted to put Jake on antidepressants.
Who wanted to do that? The doctor?
Mm-hmm. Mainstream,
pediatrician?
yeah, mainstream folks, yeah. I said I threw it. I mean, I just was like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
Well, of course, he probably is depressed because he's a smart kid and he can't speak.
A lot of parents are becoming savvy to the fact that the drugs work only in the short term. That the research that's coming out of long-term studies on the medication show that the long-term results are not there.
Bryce Jackson is a neurological chiropractor with specialized training in neurodevelopmental disorders. He and his wife Megan, who is also a chiropractor, founded Connections Achievement and Therapy Center in Crozet, Virginia. Their main goal is to help children with developmental delays get the specialized help they need.
Parents, I think, are drawn to our program who don't want to get into the medications, who've tried everything and nothing else has worked. They've had some success doing nutrition. They've had some success doing therapy. They've had some success doing behavior intervention. They've had some success getting tutoring. But you're looking at thousands of dollars, or insurance covers some of this and not this, or I feel like they need this and it's not working. We try to offer all these things under one roof.
The Connections approach is based on the work of Dr. Robert Melillo, founder of the Brain Balance Program. The process begins with a thorough diagnostic evaluation to help determine which area of the brain seems to be primarily dysfunctioning.
From that, we design a therapeutic strategy to target that area of the brain and use known therapies, occupational therapies, physical therapies, chiropractic modalities to try to activate that part of the brain to get it to function more efficiently. So again, stand right in front there, and I just want you to follow that ball just with your eyes, okay?
The program uses a wide variety of innovative techniques to stimulate both the right and left side of the brain, depending on the student's needs.
There's 4, they're called eye lights. There's basically 4 lights in each eye, and you can either have them blink to activate sort of the left side in each eye, or only, or all 4 in one eye. So you could do right field of view, left field of view, or only right eye, only left eye. The shade, this is a blue shade, but there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
All colors have a unique frequency. For example, red is a lower frequency than blue, so juxtaposing the two can stimulate different parts of the brain.
The glasses themselves are onion goggles. Can you guess what they might be for?
Oh, you're peeling onions?
Right. So we use these because they stay on nicely. They just have this foam because a lot of the things that we do with the kids are active. But we've blocked off just the right field of view, so they would only be seeing from their left field of view to activate, to just more powerfully activate that right side. Reflex hammer, sensory pinwheel, tuning forks. This is for hearing. This is more for vibration. This is a chiropractic instrument called an activator. This is an optokinetic strip. It's just a standard neurological evaluation tool. but you can use it to induce a reflex in the eyes. It just tells you something about the way the brain is functioning. You've experienced this reflex when you're the passenger in a car and you're looking at the trees out the window and your eyes kind of go thump, 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 thump. That's called an optokinetic, and you can induce that reflex. We'll pass it in front of the eyes. So I'll do it on myself so you can just, you see how my eyes are sort of bouncing? Yeah, that's called an optokinetic. Again, it tells you something
and that's
about...
desirable, or that's something that
You should have the reflex,
down?
but the head shouldn't move. The eye should be more or less right in the center, so you have a slow movement in the direction of the strip and a fast movement back. Some people will have lost the slow movement, some will lose the fast movement, some can't stop the fast movement. It just tells you something different about what might be happening in the brain.
Today, Charlotte is undergoing a therapeutic trial. If you watch her eyes closely, you will see that they're not tracking as efficiently as Dr. Bryce's were in his demonstration. This is the beginning of her session, and Bryce has only begun trying different techniques to see if they can address some of the areas which he knows were deficient in her exam.
Her was slow eye movements, fast eye movements, and then this balance.
Right.
Her balance when she was standing with her feet together,
Right.
front to back.
After about 5 to 10 minutes of working together, Dr. Bryce asks Charlotte to stand. She rises with some difficulty using the chair for balance. Dr. Bryce helps her refocus her gaze and steady herself. Then he asks her to switch her feet. Charlotte manages to complete this, but it takes her some adjusting to get fully realigned. Once she does, she nearly falls over. After a period of employing different exercises designed to help Charlotte strengthen her eye movements, Dr. Bryce returns to the optokinetic strip.
We have an apartment up here right now until...
Charlotte's eye movements have clearly become more rapid, although she's having trouble not moving her head as well.
His mother and, you know, so...
That's pretty brave of you.
As she continues to follow the passing strip, her eyes begin to move more fluidly without a corresponding movement of the head. She rises again, this time more easily, although still with the help of the chair. Once standing, she finds her balance quickly.
And so you're going to hear the cowbell in your ear. And I just want you to clap along right to that cowbell, okay? And I'm even going to help you a little bit to try to make it easier for you. So this is going to go on your left ear.
Dr. Bryce spends the rest of the session focused on helping Charlotte master various activities.
I tried mostly right brain things with her in terms of stimulating the left side of her body to try to activate that right brain. And everything I did seemed to improve these eye movements and things that I was looking at. So, peppermint or spearmint? That's peppermint. You want to smell again? Peppermint is like a candy cane. Doesn't it smell like a candy cane?
The right hemisphere of the brain controls the left side of the body, and vice versa. Therefore, to stimulate the right brain, it is helpful to stimulate the left side of the body. One exception to this is smell, which is processed on the same side. Therefore, Charlotte is inhaling smells into her right nostril in order to stimulate her right brain.
Follow it down.
It's close. This is a lemon. You want to smell again? Then, okay, I'm just going to left. So I want you to try.
Charlotte is trying to track the dot using only her eyes. When Dr. Bryce holds her head to prevent it from moving, her finger deviates.
Show me your left. No, that's your right hand. That one, yeah. Pick it up here.
Your finger right on that dot.
As she continues to practice, her tracking improves.
For her, she has to move her head when she has these eye movements. So imagine, I mean, when she's in first grade next year, how confounding it would be to, you know, instead of sort of looking at the whiteboard or a teacher and moving her head back to the paper or something, she has to move her head anywhere her eyes goes. It's just hard for her to do it any other way.
By the end of the session, not only have Charlotte's eye movements improved, she is also able to balance with ease. Dr. Bryce finishes the session with an adjustment. 5-year-old Brendan also received treatment at the same time as Charlotte. In future sessions, as their skills improve, the two of them will be able to work together as part of their therapy. Brendan's grandmother, Chris, relocated to Charlottesville for the summer so that Brendan could undergo the Connections program.
Unless there's
he's starting to actually put things together, which he couldn't do before, and his speech is really improving. And I know it's not speech therapy, but I think with the improvements, with the actual treatment he's getting, is working in a second sense to, you know, to improve the speech. But his coordination is getting better, and he's definitely getting better at putting stories and illustrations together, which he was not able to do prior to this. So we're hoping that this will all help him to where he needs to be.
And previously in Virginia Beach, you felt that the school system there was just really encouraging pure
more medication and not quite as much focus on his needs. The schools up here at Hollymead have been incredible. They're very willing to, you know, implement a program just to suit his needs, so that he gets the attention he needs, and they discourage the medication if need be. So it's been a huge change, and we're very impressed so far with the clinic and the schools, and you know, just hope that it benefits him in the end.
We can travel now. We can not just travel in the car, we can travel. We went to Disney last month. Huge, I mean, it's huge. It's amazing. There are answers, some answers, not all the answers. And there's help out there. There is hope, there's no doubt.
He knows everything.
Okay, Ben.
Yeah?
When is Lovely Bones on? Can I go see Lovely Bones?
Lovely Bones is now on DVD and Blu-ray. It's rated PG-13.
It's rated what?
PG-13. See what I mean?
That's amazing.